All right, all you writers out there, we have an amazing episode of our Friday podcast for you right now. I'm Elizabeth Ann Atkins coming to you live from the woods of northern Michigan. And our topic today is going on a retreat to write your book. I'm with our superstar author Joanie Lindenmeyer, who's the author of Nun Better, a best-selling book published by Two Sisters Writing and Publishing, our company that I started with my sister Catherine Greenspan, who's actually here with me in the woods at our cottage, and it's amazing. And so let's talk, Joanie. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. And it looks like you're wearing white and I'm wearing white.
Oh, right. Yes,
Look at
yes.
that. Oh
That's
my
funny.
gollies.
Wonder
Again,
why.
we are in sync. Everybody out
Always.
there, did you get the memo? We're wearing white today.
Yes, we are in sync and we're both nature lovers. We both love the high vibe energy of Mother Nature. When I got here to our cottage, it's been in my family since the 50s for 5 generations. The energy of Mother Nature just sucked all the tension out of my body, and I felt more relaxed than I felt in a long time. And it's
Mm.
remarkable. The sleep that you get when you're in nature is just incredible. And so the message today is for all you aspiring writers is to go on a retreat, get away from everything and write. You don't even have to leave home, and we'll talk about that. But today, because I've written so many books here at our cottage, best-selling books. I want to share with you, and Joni's going to share her experience, the importance of going away to immerse in your content, unplugging from everything, your phones, meetings, distractions, family, all the things, and just immersing in your writing. It is magic. So, Joni, tell me about when you've done that.
Absolutely. And by the way, I love your woods. They look so beautiful. I have never been to Michigan woods before. And so this is just a blast to be able to see this. So
Uh-huh.
thank you for doing it live and outside. Okay. So for my story, my prop is going to come first. And it's about immersion. It's about getting into it. It is a piece of art that my neighbor drew for me when I started to write None Better. And
Nice.
she's, yeah, okay. And I'm going to tie this into how I did it.
Ooh, that's beautiful. So
So
for those
this,
of you listening, Joni's holding up a drawing or painting of a woman diving, and the background is teal green. The woman is in a bathing suit and a swim cap. Okay, Joni, what's the scoop?
okay, the scoop is when you just dive right in. And when you dive right in, it helps if you are either in a locked room. I'm just being facetious on that. A locked room or on a retreat or on a beach. And so just dive right in that place that you find your sacredness. That's my
Ooh,
key. And I have to tell you, that was the same cap that I wore as a little girl when I took swimming lessons. It's a yellow cap with a big red flower on it. And
oh,
so when I saw this, I go, that is definitely me. In terms in terms of
so just
diving
dive
right
right
in and
Okay.
escaping to a place. Oops, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. In terms of diving right in and escaping to a place, I have three main places. One, I escaped to Depot Bay, Oregon. I took my laptop, first time ever traveling on the road with my laptop. And that's where the magic happened in terms of me just sitting in my living room at this condo, looking out at the ocean and the sky and the birds. And I just went wild and crazy, following my outline and just typing, 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 typing. So Depot Bay was
Wow.
like my cottage, my
Oh,
cottage.
okay. Okay.
Yes. And then locally, it's all about the beach for me. And so when
Yes.
I go down to the beach, that is my place that I can go for whether it's a half an hour or hours or a half a day. And what I end up doing is I get inspired. And I don't know if you can see this. This is a dish of what I call angel rocks. So as I'm out on the beach walking, jogging, hiking on logs and playing in the water, I pick up these angel rocks, these really, really cute little white little rocks. And those are my inspiration that gives me ideas. I jump on my phone right away and I videotape me to remember what's going through my head and my heart. So when I get back home, then I can go, oh, yeah, here we go. Watch your video on your phone, Joni, and then just start typing. And it
Wow.
works. So
That's
those are two
amazing.
retreat places for me, Elizabeth.
Oh, I love it. That is outstanding, Joni. That's beautiful. Perfect examples. So,
Thank you. Thank you.
wow.
And
Yes.
look at
And
your example. You're there now. Tell me about yours.
well, first of all, when you go away, you pull away from all the daily reality of your life, like cleaning your house and, running errands and what other obligations you have. And if you have a family that you live with, there's, somebody always asking you to cook and do whatever, drive them somewhere. So there's none of that. You're away. And secondly, so there's this like physical reality of being away, but then there's the mental. Like as soon as I get out of the car here, when you smell the air, it's this heavenly earth smell. And it's so rich. It's earth, it's soil, it's trees, it's clean, clean air. And that is rejuvenating unto itself. And then the beauty of Mother Nature, the high vibe energy, like I said, just sucked oh my God, I just felt so relaxed, like just lay back, right? Slept like a baby for like 9.5 hours. So sleep is my superpower, getting into my genius zone. And so I've written so many books here because I'm away. And whether I'm writing outside, on the deck, out here on the patio by the woods, or inside, it doesn't matter. I just get in my zone and it's just magic. So there's that element of being away and being in different energy. And also this place has all my family energy. It's like happy, happy, happy energy. And you can still feel it from ancestors of multiple generations. And so that helps. And where we are, Langston Hughes, Zora Neale Hurston, W.E.B. Du Bois, the Harvard the Harlem Renaissance authors that I just absolutely love. Zora Neale Hurston's one of my favorites. They used to come here and write in the 20s. And that energy
Wow.
is also still here. And so I tap into it. You can hear it rustling in the breeze and the treetops and the sunshine and the lake with the water sparkling like God threw down a handful of sparkling diamonds on the water. It's just spectacular. So, writing in a retreat setting, whether you create it for yourself at the oceanside like you did, Depot Bay, or here at my family cottage, or when I was at the Detroit Festival of Books, Joni, a few weeks ago in Detroit, I met
Uh-huh.
this young lady who said, yeah, I'm going on a writing retreat by myself. She rented a cottage in northern Michigan. She spent a week there. She wrote 6 to 8 hours a day. And she said her friends gave her things like a writing candle. She journaled. She would take breaks and cook and walk. And she said it was just magical all by herself. That takes so much courage. So she got it done because at home her book was not getting written.
Hmm.
So I
Hmm.
encourage all of you. You could also go on an actual structured writing retreat to get work done as well. What do you think about that, Joni? Where if you're confused, like you hired me as your book coach, I gave
Right,
you the guidance that you didn't have that enabled you to go away and do the writing. What are your thoughts on?
right. I think those are all great examples from from the lady you met and mentioned 6 to 8 hours of writing. That's how I pumped out None Better, and it just happened,
Mhm.
And 5 months later, I've written everything. But yes, to have a place that's solitude, and for me, it was quiet. And so I could be in my own thoughts and in my own heart, with
Mhm.
like what you were talking about, not with all the other distractions and the have. I don't have have tos. I have get tos. But
Yes.
I loved your example of talking about how other authors, other people have written in the same area, in the same space. And that's
Uh-huh.
true on the Oregon coast too. I have met
Mhm.
other authors that
Mhm.
they love the beach, and
Mhm.
that's how they escape their world wherever they
Yes.
are and
Yes.
come and write. That's so valid. That's so
Yeah.
valid.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
This young lady also texted me a picture of what she was reading on the retreat. So she was completely immersed. She was reading a book that I recommend to authors all the time. It's called on Writing by Stephen King. Yes, the horror writer, Stephen King. It's his memoir slash How to Be a Better Writer. This book is so good. I read it a long time ago, and he's hilarious. Like, I was doubled over laughing reading this book because he tells stories about childhood, and I had no idea a horror writer would be so funny, but it was. And other parts are really sad, like his cocaine addiction while he was writing Carrie. He talks about having cotton balls stuffed in his nose because he would have nosebleeds from his heavy cocaine use, but he was writing his blockbuster book that set his career in motion. Anyway, it's so good. And he also does one of my favorite things, talking about don't use ly words. Those drive me nuts. It means you need a better verb, which Joanie, of course, I taught to you, and you learned how to use some awesome verbs, which are your action words. And so it's so good. Anyway, my point is that when she took time to read on her retreat, she actually read something that would enhance her writing experience.
Nice,
Mm,
nice,
yeah.
nice, nice, nice. Oh, that's fabulous.
Mm.
And I think for me, for my, and then I do the same thing. I read every morning, but it's not like as in a Stephen King book. It's more like called the Bible, but that's just my stance on life. There's some pretty crazy, horrendous things in that book too.
Right.
But yes, I wrote that down on Writing by Stephen King.
Yeah, it's so
Okay.
good. But another thing you could read if you're
Elizabeth, I think you have frozen. Maybe you will be back on Into the Woods You Are. You're at the cottage, and I hope you get to come back to us.
writing, do you love that you want to emulate? Oh, it says my internet connection is unstable. Okay.
That's
Okay,
okay.
am I
You're
back
on now.
now?
You were frozen for a while, but you're unfrozen. Keep on
If it
going there.
happens, thank you. If it happens again, can you please keep talking? Because I guess, not, you couldn't hear me. So that would be awesome, Joni. Thank you. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm in the woods, and that's part of the message. When you unplug, you have to unplug your phones. This young lady told me she turned off her phones so that nobody would interrupt her, because I just heard of something about a study where when your brain shifts gears, which I do all day long running our publishing company, but when your brain shifts gears, like checking this, checking that, I call it popcorn work style, which isn't ideal, but it's just what happens sometimes because you have to deal with whatever's urgent. um it's very taxing on your brain energy. So
Mhm,
when you
mhm.
can, like when I'm editing a book, I turn everything off because I immerse entirely into it so I can remember all the details, the flow, and everything. And so turn stuff off. Don't be distracted.
Good
She
point.
also said, she just laid it out. She was awesome. And I do this too. You let people know in advance. I am going to be writing from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. today. Please only contact me if you absolutely must. And so they respect that. And anybody who doesn't respect that should be blocked from your phone because they're
Yes. And
not
I
really
so appreciate
concerned.
when you let me know that as well, so that I'm not texting you with some of the stuff that I need to talk to you about. Wait. And my neighbors did the same thing for me. They were so funny when they knew I was writing like 6, 8, 10 hours a day. And so they would come by a day later. Haven't seen your car move. Do you need anything? Just checking on you. I thought, cool of my neighbors to do that.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Cool. So, while we're on that topic, Joni, you need to stock up on the right food that you need and eat healthy food, not garbage. Because, like, okay, I used to think, oh, chocolate, this is a long time ago. I don't really eat chocolate much anymore. But I used to think, oh, chocolate's going to give me an energy boost. It's got caffeine and sugar, and it's so good. And I remember I ate chocolate while I was writing, and my energy, of course, spiked because it was sugar, it
Mhm,
was
mhm.
caffeine. And then guess what? The way my body works in most people is you get the sugar high and then you crash. And so when you
Mhm.
crash, you can't write because you're in brain fog, your energy's just zapped. And so eat foods that stabilize. That's why I eat salmon, I eat vegetables, I eat avocados, I do my green drinks. It's things that keep my energy level stable.
Excellent.
So, I mean,
Excellent.
things work for other people that, like, if drinking alcohol and trying to write is not a good idea for me, but for some people they want to have a glass of wine, whatever works for you, but just optimize your time and energy with what you eat and drink, and of course get enough sleep.
Yes. And take breaks when you need them.
Yes, yes, yes,
Take breaks when you need them, because if all of a sudden you're getting into a weird zone there, it's like take a break. Go,
yeah,
go,
yeah, yeah,
get
yeah.
out and get your butt off the seat. Yep.
Yes, yes, I love that's really important. Take walks, get up and stretch, do yoga. Um, if it's raining, just dance, do some stretching, do whatever you need. Do neck rolls. Like neck rolls are so important while you're writing because like this, because you're sitting. And like make sure you get up and stretch your back and your arms, your legs. It will take some deep, deep breaths and do all the things and stay hydrated, of course. All the things. And if you feel tired, just stop because it's pointless to try and force your brain. It won't work. And
Right,
then come back when your brain is revved back up.
right, right. Elizabeth, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Besides your beautiful cottage in the woods, do you have another place that you like to escape to for your writing? Because you have written a zillion books, it seems. Are there other places that you like to escape to go writing?
When I was in the Bahamas last summer, I actually did some really, really good writing because I love the ocean so much. And again, I was far away and I was in my own room. It was quiet. I had my own working desk. So yeah, I love being by the ocean. It inspires a lot. And so when you're at the beach, though, I get a lot of ideas. So I take a handwritten notebook. I did this in Florida this year too and back in the Bahamas, I take a notebook and I write
Mhm.
it because you can't take I personally don't take a laptop to the beach because if sand got in it, it would be ruined. Secondly, there's water and sunscreen, and I don't want to deal with that, the risk of damaging your electronics. So you take a notebook. So years ago, Joni, I had book signings at Martha's Vineyard, and there's this beach called the Inkwell, and it's where everybody goes to the Inkwell. It's the hot spot beach. And I went
Huh?
there before my book signing and I saw Spike Lee and he was with his family, the filmmaker Spike Lee, and he had a little notebook and his kids were frolicking, his wife was there and all these people and he's sitting there writing in this little notebook. And I just thought that was so cool. It's like he's probably writing another movie. So I know he does it too and he's one of the most successful filmmakers out there. And yeah, so just take notes because you never know when you're going to get those brilliant ideas, especially if you're near a source of inspiration like water.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I love it. I love it. So the next spot might be, where am I going to go for my next time? I don't know. I'll have to think about that. Maybe a cruise. Maybe I'll do it on a cruise. That would be
Oh,
sort of fun.
yeah, there's a lot of energy on a cruise though. It's like super tons of people, music, activity, unless you can go in your room or when I was on a cruise earlier this year, we had a balcony, which was wonderful. You could sit on the balcony and like look at the water going by and there was a hammock. It was Virgin Voyages, which has a red hammock on the, oh my God, it was awesome. I didn't do any writing out there, but I definitely relaxed, which revved me up to do writing. So
Yes.
yeah, yeah,
Cool.
yeah. I
Cool.
love that idea.
That's
Um,
awesome. And,
mhm.
and I think the main point is that you're immersed in it. I love that word immersed or immersion, that you just really you're there 100% you, your mind, your body, your spirit, and everything
Yeah,
when you're in that. And I think you call it your literary genius mode, you
right,
know. And
right. Let
mhm,
me be clear, you don't have to go away to experience this. Last year, when I finished my first Goddess Power book, I actually took 4 days. It was over a holiday weekend in the summer, and I re went on a retreat at home. I stayed home from barbecues and parties and all the invitations I was getting, and I just wrote from breakfast to bedtime happy as I could be, no interruptions. I cleared my calendar and I was so happy because I finished the book that I've been trying to do for so many years. And it was
mhm,
a triumphant experience for me to finish. And that's what it took. It took
mhm,
me
mhm,
immersing in my own home, just
mhm,
shutting out the
mhm.
world and getting it done. It was awesome. And so, Joni, a lot of people I don't know if everybody has the ability to have that type of focus because they feel they have FOMO, fear of missing out. Oh, there's the party. Oh, there's the this and the
Oh,
that. And I want to be hooking up with this person or whatever. No, it's an investment. It's an investment in something bigger. And I use the phrase fleeting pleasure, books forever. And so I wrote that when I was writing my memoir. I wrote that on a piece of paper and put it on the wall because fleeting pleasure means, yeah, I can spend 2, 3 hours hanging out, having a really good time with nothing to show for it. Or I can spend 2 to 3 hours writing books forever, fleeting pleasure, books forever. So I have a chapter done, you know? And it's not forever. It's a temporary investment, not sacrifice, investment in something, a goal that you're trying to achieve. It
Mhm.
works.
And you feel so good, don't you, when you do complete that chapter or you do complete the entire book? I mean,
Yes.
there is nothing better than completing a book. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh,
Yeah.
just it
Yeah.
just blows me away. And I'm still on that natural high from that.
Yes. 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 It's awesome.
Yes. Perfect.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. What other wisdom do you have about immersing yourself when you're writing?
Well, it takes discipline. It's not always fun because writing takes a lot of concentration, and you just have to keep your eye on the prize. It's
Mm-hmm.
like with anything else, like starting a fitness routine. You have to know that you're taking yourself somewhere, and it
Hmm.
takes work in the moment. So it's not always fun. And yes, it sounds so romantic, not romantic, love romantic, but like romantic idea of, oh, go to a cottage, oh, light a candle, read a book, take a walk, write your book. No, it's hard. It's really hard.
It is. It was probably the hardest thing I've ever done. I don't know if I've ever told you that, but writing None Better, even though it flowed out of me and it was a lot of process, it was probably the hardest project I've ever done. And you
Mhm.
don't realize it until you just keep on going and you have these markers along the way that says you're on the right track. You're on the right track. Keep immersing yourself. Keep immersing yourself.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yes, yes, that's really key. Keep doing it and don't give up. Like maybe you go on your retreat and you're super sleepy and you just sleep the whole time.
Hmm. Hmm.
Just
Hmm.
you give yourself grace and that's just what happened. And then maybe next time it'll work out better.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
being gentle with yourself, giving yourself grace, forgiving yourself, there can be a lot of anger like, why haven't I done this yet? Or why am I procrastinating? And so just just be gentle. Yeah.
Yes. That
Mhm.
reminds me, I was talking with your very dear friend,
Allie?
Kathy Callie, who's helping with your retreat that you're doing come October. And so we were talking and she was saying that I forget where the conversation was going. Long story short, she said, "Oh, well, maybe you'll fall asleep." And I said, "I've fallen asleep at retreats before. In fact, I even slept on an altar one time, not on the altar table, but on the altar floor. I was praying, and all of a sudden, it's like, oh, I'll just take a little nap for 10 minutes. Well, it was like 10 hours later, I wake up and everybody's coming into the chapel, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you know." But yeah, so if your body's telling you to sleep, sleep. If your
Right.
body's telling you to pour it on, you pour it on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
That's great. So you're referencing my Goddess Power Retreat, which will be in October. You can go to the goddesspowershow.com to learn more about that. It's for women. It's going to be a transformative, extraordinary experience in a beautiful vineyard in Southern Oregon in October. And super, super excited. And that's a retreat of another sort, which can actually help someone who wants to write a book peel through the layers of fear and anxiety that might be holding them back from doing it, and to find your true passion and purpose, which includes being an author and having a platform that you use your book to use as a mission to help others.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Yep. Did I ever tell you that, once you helped me become an author, that what practice it was in the bathroom mirror of saying, Joni, I'm an author? Oh my gosh, I had to look in the mirror and just because I used to say, "Hey, I'm a retired teacher," or "I'm a retired nun," but now it's like, "I'm an author," and to be able to say that loud and proud was really, really, really cool. But it takes that guts and that fortitude to do that. But you've done it because you've written everything, and that's one of the joys when you finish writing your book. You're able to say you are an author. That is huge. A lot of
Yeah.
people, they don't finish it. They don't complete it. But you can do it. You can immerse yourself and you can get it done. And not just get it done. You have a message for the world. That's the
Yeah.
most important part.
Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful, Joni. So what practices? All the self-care things that make your brain be at its best. I suggest you do those, and only you know what those are. So do them with diligence. Yeah. Any final
Yes.
words, Joni?
Immerse yourself and go for it, whether it's in your home or at a location like the woods or the beach. But yes, find your place and let it rip. Dive right
Yeah.
in.
I love that. I love that. Thank you, Joni. So for all
Yes,
of you
thank
writers,
you.
you're welcome. For all of you aspiring writers out there, please check out all our 2+ years worth of podcasts every Friday live, where we talk about everything you need to know to write, publish, and promote a great book. This is Joanie Lindenmeyer, our superstar author of Nun Better, Joyously Free, Healing Religious Hurts, and I'm Elizabeth Ann Atkins, a best-selling author, many other things, and co-founder of Two Sisters Writing and Publishing. Please visit our website, twosisterswriting.com, where you can learn about how I can help you as your writing coach. I don't know if you can hear the rooster in the background that our neighbor has. It's very loud, but it's just, roosters are a wake-up call. So the rooster is going crazy right now. I guess you can't hear it, but it's hilarious. Uh, saying, wake up, time to do it. So please learn how I can help you as your book coach at twosisterswriting.com. And you can also learn about our publishing services. You can schedule a free discovery call with me. And meanwhile, we wish you happy reading and happy writing, and we'll see you next week.
And have a great time at the cottage. Tell
Thanks, Joni.
Catherine hi.
I will.
Bye.
Thanks,
Love
Joni.
you. Big
Bye.
hugs.